Welcome to Orgasmic Conscious Cooking. Cooking. This is yours truly, John Ashford. I apologize. I'm 30 minutes late. We had technical difficulties. I'm about to dump this phone I have. The Samsung, y'all are done. I'm going over the iPhone. Uh, Too many complications. Uh, I guess iPhone's just a better product. Yes, Gino, Derek, you hear me saying that. So that's the promo for iPhone. So I'm coming over. Tonight, it was a hell of a night. I was ready to throw. So here's something for consciousness. My brother Derek kept it moving. So we're in a smaller frame because we're doing this off my pad today. So I'm gonna bring things in and out of the picture so you guys can see it. Improvise, improvise, improvise when you can. Uh, Tonight I'm doing something a little bit different. I've been away for 2 weeks. I was at home visiting my mom and dad. I had a fantastic, fantastic birthday. You guys can see pictures on my Facebook if you want to see any of that. I'm 58 years old right now. My boy Derek and Gino was there with my family and friends. But tonight we're gonna do something a little bit healthier. I got two separate dishes I'm gonna make. One is the dish that my friend uh, Alicia has inspired, Crawford inspired me to create. It's rice that's not rice. It's rice that's made out of cauliflower. It's gonna be my first time trying to do this. So you guys are gonna go with me on this journey of like how's this gonna turn out. It's gonna be the rice for the dish that I'm cooking, which is called Ratatouille. Now, most people saw that little mouse story. I ain't gonna have a mouse or rat run across the screen. I'm not gonna do that to you. But it's kind of an interesting, healthy dish that I was inspired from my friend Bernie Bayard. He gave it to me some years ago, and I fell in love with it. But here's the difference this time. I'm gonna show you some things. These are things that were grown that's gonna be in this pot today. This ratatouille that came out of my garden, that I picked out of my garden. You have basil and rosemary. You guys can see that. You have Japanese eggplant. Now I'm gonna show you where the Japanese eggplant. This is what it looks like all chopped up. Now, don't you guys go sexual on me at all. But this is a Japanese eggplant. Most eggplants are oblong. This looks like, I'll let you use your whatever. It's not a sexual vegetable, but I guess it could be. Um, that's the eggplant, okay? Japanese eggplant. Different. Different texture, smaller and long, elongated, okay? You have zucchini out of the garden. So this is the other end of the zucchini. I want you guys to see. Yes, my wife put in there eggplant. It reminds her of something, I guess. But anyway, this is the zucchini. The other end of it I used, but this came out of the garden also. And these wonderful tomatoes are out of the garden. And the bell pepper is out of the garden. So I created something today, which I'm like over half the stuff is out of the garden that I'm using today. Now the chicken is not out of the garden. This was some chicken that I barbecued earlier this week, and I had left over, and I'm gonna put it in there as a protein. Hey, we're gonna go ahead and get started first. As this gets warmer, I guess I'll turn this down because I don't want this to burn. Okay, we're gonna start with the rice first. I'm gonna start. Hey, Sebastian, how you doing, brother? So what we're gonna do is what happened is that this is not gonna be rice, okay? But it's lower carbohydrates and it's a vegetable. Okay, love homegrown food. Yes, me too, babe. Especially if we get rid of the weeds. I put a lot of weeds yesterday in that garden yesterday, so that's how I got this idea. I saw my vegetables. I said, "Oh, I'm gonna create something out of my garden, healthy." And here's the piece: have you ever had spent time with the earth? Yes, I spent a lot of time in the soil with the earth, connecting. It's something amazing to do. I would suggest people taking time to do that. Okay, but I want to get this started. Okay, this is warm. And so what I'm going to start off with, ooh, that's kind of noisy, is I'm going to start off with something that might not sound very healthy in the beginning. How many of you guys cook bacon? Well, a lot of times I save my bacon fat. It's called lard. And I'm going to use that with some olive oil in here. But the flavor of the bacon is going to give this, it's going to be picked up in the cauliflower. Okay. And she just used straight, what's up, Chrissy? How you doing, sister? Oh, let's see. Okay. So that's where the emoji came from. Yes. Yes, 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 yes. Once again, don't get smart or you'll get slapped. But anyway, so what we're going to do is we're going to take 2 tablespoons of bacon fat and 2 tablespoons of olive oil, and we're going to mix them together because we're going for the flavor. I hope this doesn't smoke too much, okay? Because that would be a disaster, okay? Okay, so that's that. We're going to put that there. This moves over here as that melts. Turn up the heat. Because what we're gonna do is actually stir fry this. So what we're gonna do, take my handy dandy olive oil, and I'm gonna put that in here. Can you guys see this? You guys can't see my picture over here, okay? So I'm gonna take it over here, then I'll put this over here like this. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. There. Okay. That's what I'm looking for. Okay. So as that gets warm, I have something I'll add to it. 5 tablespoons of oil. Yes. Okay. So what's going to happen is I want to get that all nice and warm because I want it to sizzle. Because I'm going to drop it in here. I'm going to drop the garlic and the ginger in there, and then I'm going to add this wonderful cauliflower. Make sure my other pan doesn't get too hot. So I'll cut the top off of here. Hopefully I don't make a huge mess. Okay. Paper fell on the floor, but that's okay. Maybe the cat will eat it. Oh, that's right. She doesn't like vegetables. So what we're going to do is I'm going to sit this here so this doesn't fall over. It smells. Now, cauliflower sometimes it gets gassy. It smells like a fart. I hate to say that, but we'll see what happens. Tori, I hope you still like this. Okay. So what we're going to do is we're going to take the ginger that I chopped up. Well, I actually not shred, but I took this little machine, I grated it. That's the word. And I cut up some garlic. I'm gonna drop that in there. Y'all can hear that. And we're gonna drop this cauliflower in there. See what happens. I might add the rest of it, but right now it looks like we'll do this. It might need a little bit more oil. So you guys here looks what it looks like. And we're gonna give it a little bit more flavor enhancer too. First time I ever cooked with this, so let's see what happens. Cook down a little bit. Let's put this in here. Let's see if I get more up here so I don't waste any of that. There. So it is smelling delicious, guys. I'll show you a picture of it pretty soon. It's browning up nice. So as it continues to cook, so that's what it looks like. Okay. So what we're gonna do? Hope that's not too loud for you guys. Chefs in the house, chefs in the house. Subscribe to Being John Ashford on YouTube, please. Come and support me. I really want to take this. My son's gonna actually join me one of the shows. You guys know he's adorable, handsome guy. Looks like his dad. Anyway, so what we're gonna do is I have a little bit of coconut aminos, and it gives a little bit of flavor. It's like soy sauce. Pouring that on top. I'm out of that. Been out of town for a while. Keep on stirring it. Oh, it smells delicious. So what I am going to do is I'm going to take a little bit of this roasted garlic uh, bouillon, and I'm going to add a little bit of that to the dish. Give it a lot of flavor because we'll sit it to the side because this is what we'll put on top of, we'll top it off with the ratatouille afterwards. Has anybody ever had ratatouille? Kind of interesting dish. Okay. So you guys see me stir this. I have some garlic bouillon in that. It is actually looking pretty good, guys. I'm kind of impressed. I can't wait to taste it. Okay. So then the rest of it is actually some tamari sauce. Tamari sauce is soy sauce without wheat. My wife and I don't eat wheat. We're intolerant of wheat. Or it's intolerant of us, I should say. What else? A little black pepper. Achoo. Sorry about the delay again, once again, people. But you can go to YouTube and check it out. I'm learning that you have to be versatile. I'm really appreciative of my brother Derek on the other end there. He's really helping me out big time. So let's see what it tastes like. Cauliflower. Wow. Peppery. Still has the texture. It does not have the rice texture for people, the same rice texture That's warm. It doesn't still have the same rice texture, but it has fuller flavor, less carbs, healthier for you. I think my wife's going to enjoy that. I didn't think I was going to enjoy it. I was like, well, what is that? But it actually tastes pretty good. So now into the ratatouille. Okay. So what am I looking for? My olive oil. I cook with olive oil all the time. I like the flavor, and hopefully this doesn't get too hot. It's hot. Okay. So what we're going to do, we put probably about 4 tablespoons in there. It's going to smoke a little bit. Hopefully it won't be that bad. I'm going to start dropping vegetables in there so it can absorb the heat. So what we have in there is garlic, the onion, shallots. You got to see the smoke. What's the texture? The texture is like rice, babe. The texture of it is really like rice. It's kind of surprising. So what I'm gonna do is drop my rosemary in there. I'm gonna save my basil for the very end. What's up, Donna? One day you'll be back in my kitchen soon, huh? That's one of my favorite aunties, my mama's baby sister. Okay, so we got this cooking up. So what we're gonna add, because all this is gonna cook down. So what we're going to do next is drop in the eggplant. This is the chop the eggplant. And what happened is I chopped that up and I put about a half a teaspoon of salt on it to absorb some of the water out of it. And I'm gonna cook that up. I'm trying to stay in this one screen. There, come. Don't move like this or like this. Nah. Consciousness. What you guys know about consciousness and food? Okay, that needs to be turned up. The fire went down. Not the fire exactly, but anyway, it's cooking up very well. So we're gonna see if I can show this to you. It's hot. That's what it looks like so far. What we're gonna do is we're gonna add our tomatoes. You guys gonna watch me really make this completely today because I don't have a. Usually I cook partial. I have something I cook and I show you after it's done. Today you're gonna have to see some of it. Hopefully it cooks up pretty fast. Okay, I have it on high. So what this is gonna do? What's today's tool? Today's tool: patience with self. If things don't turn out the way you desire them to turn out in the first 10 seconds, take a deep breath and ask what else is possible. Be patient with yourself and move forward. What else can be created? Because I'm not going to lie to you guys. I was considering like, oh, I'll see you them next week. Fuck this. I'm moving on. But we didn't do that. Derek was patient with me. We figured out we'll just go through the pad. I am going to go get an iPhone. Tori, I'm going to go get an iPhone. We did that. Yes. Gino and those guys, man, and Derek, man, I don't know what to say. They're like superstars for me. So I'm cooking down the tomatoes, and I want the liquid of the tomato to come out. Okay, and the next thing that's going to go in is the zucchini. And what happens is that this is like a vegetable dish that cooks down. And the last thing I'll put in is the bell pepper. Well, it'll go zucchini, bell peppers, chicken, and then the basil. The chicken is what I've chopped up. And to bring out the liquid of it, I have a little wine. I might have to go find some more wine because I didn't realize today is really one of those days that I'm be patient. I'm a better cook than this. I thought I had like a cup of wine in here. It's not. Maybe my dear wife will come down and open a bottle of wine for me so I can have a bottle of wine that I use, hint, 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 to add to this sauce. My glasses cleaned up. Okay. Any questions? Alicia, yes, Alicia. Wait, Alicia. Don't move. Don't move. Check this out. Bam! Cauliflower rice. Alicia's one of my inspirations of eating different lately. Tori and I are going to try a bunch of different dishes. My dear wife's come down. She never comes on screen. She doesn't like to be on screen with me. But she's coming down looking for some open wine. Did you find something? Is that Marcella? That's going to be, okay, that's a little sweet. Okay. Any other questions? I'm going to add the zucchini to this. Put this to the side. Let's see. How many people saw the movie Ratatouille? I saw it a long time ago. I think about when my kids were younger, we saw it. We saw it. I really like those type of movies. I'm not gonna lie to you. Eggplant, everything's cooking up so divine. I want you guys to be able to see that. That's what that looks like. Bam. Voila. So Ratatouille is more of a vegetable base. Yes, that's fine, babe. It's a vegetable base. It's like a stew, but I'm gonna add chicken broth and what did I do with my other? I'm gonna add more of my garlic to this. I'm really not gonna add any salt. I add very little salt to it. I'll add black pepper. Italian seasoning can go in about now. And so I use about 3 tablespoons of Italian season, like that. Miss Mullins, yes, I'm having fun in here. How you doing? So ratatouille, I didn't even know what it was at first. It's more like a spaghetti sauce than anything. My wife is kind of easy, so she don't see. I wish I could turn the camera, bam! But it's a small screen today, babe, because this phone is not doing what it's supposed to do. So we have some Italian seasoning in there. Cooking up these vegetables. As soon as the wine comes, we'll add the wine. I guess we can add the bell peppers. I could use a glass so I could have some wine myself. I might pour it over myself and be orgasmic with my wine tonight. Such great help from my wife. I'm gonna add a little more Italian season. I like the smell of that. I know the basil's one at the very end, but I like it to be really Italiano. Voila. Okay. So one thing about salt. Thank you. She brought this wonderful wine. Let's see. This is a Malbec Reserve. I use good wine in my food because your food only tastes as good as the wine. Oh, Malbec. Malbec is a little bit on the drier side, but I appreciate that. Thank you, babe. So, like I was saying, salt. Your friend and your enemy. You can always add salt later, so I usually take my time on that. Okay? I put garlic in here, but I like my stuff really garlicky. So, what I'm going to do, check this out. I'm gonna add a little granulated garlic to give it a little bit bam. I want it to jump out in the bowl. And it's cooking down fine. It's looking very delicious. My wife says, "You're welcome." That's how that tastes. Mmm. And the sugars out of the vegetables coming out now. Oh my God. That's what it's beginning to look like. So what you're gonna watch is I'm gonna use the rest of this vino from this bottle. You're gonna hear like shh. It's dead. And Mr. Malbec. This is a 93-point wine. I wish you guys were here to taste this. Add our bell peppers. I like the crunchiness of bell peppers, so I put those in last. Hope it's not too loud for you guys over there. If not, too bad. No, just kidding. Oh my God. The other thing, importance of cooking, cauliflower rice and ratatouille magic. How does it get better than that tonight? So always watch your handles when you're cooking, because if you have this long handle like this one up here, and some kid walks by and they hit it and knocks it off and burn themselves, or guess what? Your food's all on the floor. Not a good look. Not a good look at all. I would suggest against that. So always turn the handle in when you're not around the pot. You can always grab it and pull it back close to you. It's cooking down nice and fine. The rosemary's cooking up in that. Okay. So, like I said, the other thing I want to do, I don't eat out of my pot because once saliva gets into a pot, it actually starts to break things down. Okay. So I want a little bit more wine, just a tad. The wine's going to cook up. Oh. I know you guys are like, this guy went crazy with the wine. You got it. So And I want the sugars from the wine and the sugar from the vegetables and the carrots. The carrots mainstay for me is always sweet stuff. So I put that in my spaghetti sauce, grated carrots, because it gives another texture and it gives it the sweetness. Okay. So like I said, salt. I'm not gonna put salt in right away because remember I told you I since I found this company, Better Than Bullion. I'm advertising for you jackasses, so come show me some love. This is my salt feature. I usually salt things up with this. And today I'm gonna use a little bit of the chicken and a little bit of the garlic. Give that bam. And if I need more salt at the very end, I'll taste it and I'll add more salt. I guess I could add the black pepper too. Now I like things peppery. My wife is kind of, I'm always careful with that. I can always add pepper to my dish later for myself. So you know your party. It's really important that when you cook, you know who you're actually serving. Okay. So what we're gonna do is this is the roasted garlic. We're gonna take a well, I'm gonna show you what it looks like. So it's a tablespoon of this, and it's actually a liquid form or paste form. I'm gonna do it like that. Put it in here like that. And I'm gonna add the same amount of the chicken bouillon. And this is actually becoming very beautiful. The colors of all the vegetables, the wine cooking up, the onions and the sugars coming out of the onions. Oh my God. So I've learned how to substitute a lot of things. So my wife and I are we're not trying to do shit. We're actually doing the damn thing. So what we're doing is we're choosing to eat different. Last time I was on, I believe I had my dear sister Alicia on, and she introduced you to um, having a protein diet, a full protein diet, keto, right? Keto. I got it right, keto. So today is not keto, but it's like things that are organic and were grown in my garden. How does it get better than that? Okay, so I'm adding the same amount of chicken broth. Okay, and this is usually very salty, so I'm not gonna add any salt. My dear friend, salt. I'm not gonna add that. I can smell that too. Yes, thank you, Alicia. Uh, your food. Oh my God. So I'm stirring this up. It's cooking down. We're gonna add a couple of things. Let's check it and see where it is with salt. Now the chicken has salt on it, so I have to always like, oh my God, did I put too much bouillon in it? Because I don't want this to be salty. And nothing's a salty person, a salty dish is not delightable. Only certain things should be salty. I don't know what that is. Let's see. Amazing. See what that's looking like? So what we're gonna do? We're gonna drop this chicken in here. Now, it usually doesn't call for chicken. My buddy Bernie, who gave this the first time, he was vegetarian, but he is a vegetarian, so he didn't really mess with the protein that much like that. But this organic chicken that we buy at Costco, and what I'm going to do, I'll put the basil on here. I'm gonna let it cook down. Let you guys see what it looks like. Oh my God, this is divine. And so it was parsley from the garden and basil from the garden that I put in the very end. And it goes with a good glass of wine. So what we'll do is top this on top of this. I'm gonna show you what it looks like. Have a little bowl. We'll just cook that for a quick second. Are there any? I wasn't looking at the camera. Did anybody have any questions for me? So let this cook down a little bit. One thing, just on the hot eye. So when you cook, you should show yourself some love because guess what? The love goes into your food. Okay. Um, I'm really, really, really in this mood of just loving up on me and loving what I do. And I'm very, very much appreciative and total gratitude for people around me. This last week, a week ago, tomorrow, I had my 58th birthday. Derek on the other end of here was there. My boy Gino, my family was there. My brother gave me a party in the backyard. And I'm really, really in this mood of staying in total gratitude for everything and everybody. Okay. What is it like to live in a space where you have gratitude for people's contribution to what they be? One of the things that I was um, reflecting on when I was in Chicago is that my mom has dementia now, and I spent time with her and her moments of uh, her states that she had, her episodes, I should call it. And I was reminded of having gratitude for this desire. My son was over here earlier and he was like, Dad, how do you cook like you cook? It's because my mom was an excellent teacher of patience. And even in her episodes now, she remembers the children that she was with. And um, it has influenced me to be a better man. And I love having people over in my kitchen and celebrating with food because it's a way to connect, breaking bread. I love that concept. I don't want to burn this while I'm talking. So yeah, so okay, now, so what I'm going to do, I'm going to continue to let this cook. I'm going to show you guys what this looks like. Let's take the top off here. Not too hot. Ratatouille. Ratatouille, chicken ratatouille. Okay. Now, you could take and put cheese on this, Parmesan cheese. Let me turn this all the way down so it just simmers. But there's no need. So I'm going to plate this up so you guys can see a little bit what this looks like. I'm off screen a little bit. Sorry about that. So this is what I would do with this. We'll take a little bit of this. I don't eat too much because I'm going to eat with my dear wife in a few seconds when she comes down after we get finished with this. I wish I could always share a bowl of this with my buddy on the other side, but Derek's in Chicago, so maybe one day my big bucks are coming, brother, so you'll be able to have some of this. This is what this looks like. That's ratatouille over cauliflower rice. Let me grab my spoon. I'll use this cooking spoon to see what it tastes like. Let's see. First time, y'all. Wow. The flavors are booming. I guess I'll turn this off because I just want. So what you can do is it's still simmering, but I don't need to cook up anymore. So I'm just gonna leave it on the eye because it's an electric oven, and it'll continue as it cools down to cook up. The sugars come out, the Italian flavors, the Italian seasoning mixed together. It's very fruity. Hence, there's 3 tomatoes in that dish. 3 tomatoes, 1 eggplant, 3/4 of a zucchini. Let's see, garlic. Yes, Leah, it's so yummy. What else? Bell peppers. I used full tomatoes because I want all the yumminess from the tomato. Yes, Dami, it's yummy. Let me just do this for you. This is for Donna. It's for Donna. So hot. Mmm. How does it get better than this? Oh my God, guys. This is fabulous. Until next week, I promise I'll have an iPhone by then, regardless of what it takes. Derek and Gino's been bugging me about that. But Samsung, you failed me. Samsung, you got to go. You messed up my production. It's time to do something a little bit different. Uh, I am asking people if you see this, if you like this, please. No, I'm not wrong. Samsung should have did a better job. iPhone is gonna get my business. I'm sorry. A little commercial there. So if anybody has another suggestion, I'll listen to it. But right now, we've been having problems with this for a long time, and I don't know. I think iPhones are just equipped to do this type of thing. And anyway, what I really want to say to you guys is that I need a lot of support right now. I'm trying to get this cooking show someplace on a bigger platform. I only have, I think, maybe 100 or something subscribers. If you guys can help me reach 5,000 by sharing this, telling people about it, uh, I am promising to get more content on. There's going to even be recordings coming on. But please, and sometimes on this channel, on my YouTube channel, you find me talk about different concepts, different ideas. I'm gonna start sharing a lot more of what I feel about bodies and some more magic. And magic is not a bad thing. It's just a capacity that we all have that we forgot. And I want to start to remind myself and others about that. Until next week, love you. Good night. Ratatouille without any mice. Love you guys. Peace.